Let's do that. Here we go. All right, so we'll start a bracket like an NCAA March Madness bracket with the best moments in Spurs history and the best Spurs in Spurs history. So just a couple of suggestions, and we've been working this on Twitter already, if you've been paying attention. So I'll throw a couple of them out there that I came up with and that I've been told already. Obviously, Sean Elliott's return is going to be on the list. Johnny Moore's return. Timmy walking off the court for the final time would certainly be on the list. David Robinson's 71 points would be on the list. I don't know. Somebody suggested his quadruple doubles twice. I don't know if that makes the list, but maybe it does. We'll have to see. The 4 overtime win over Milwaukee. Timmy's three-pointer to force overtime against the Suns. How about Tim's off-balance jumper just before Fish's .4-second shot? That brings up bad memories, doesn't it? Yeah. What else we got? Steven Jackson's three-point barrage in the Game 6 clincher against the New Jersey Nets. Robert Ory's three-pointer in the 2005 NBA Finals in Game 5 against the Detroit Pistons in Detroit. Manu Ginobili with the bat. So just some of the ones that we'll put out there. So, we got a lot more to put together. We're going to start putting this list together, and then we'll put it into a bracket. So it'll take a little bit of time. And then what we'll do is we'll put the best Spurs, the top 64 Spurs. And listen, you're going to come up with you're going to be, I think the most compelling thing here will be who is in the Final Four. Because you're going to have Tim Duncan. You're going to have David Robinson. You're going to have, I think, George Gervin is top 3. Somebody disputed that with me, that Gervin did not belong in the top 5 of the Spurs. But as Leo says, yes, the Memorial Day Miracle. That's a no-brainer. I just put this list together as I was in the food truck today. So forgive me if I've missed some of the easy ones. And, of course, we're leaving out the championship, the championship itself, because that's the moment. But you want to get some pieces within that, as I mentioned, just for instance, Steven Jackson's 3-point shots in the fourth quarter against the Nets that really clinched that game. Leo says the Iceman has to be there, no question about it. But who's in that Final Four when it comes down to the Final Four? Tim Duncan, David Robinson, George Gervin. Is it then Manu Ginobili? Is it Tony Parker? I've argued that it would be Tony Parker. Tony Parker, to me, statistically, was the better player over Manu Ginobili. Manu Ginobili is the more popular Spur by and that's not even close. But I would put Tony Parker. So that'll be, when we put the brackets together, be interesting to see. And we'll, I'll strategically place those guys. What we could do is we'll put the 4 brackets as the 99 bracket, the 03, the 05, and maybe the 14 bracket. We'll leave out the 07. And make those the brackets. And then kind of go from there and put all of the best moments in Spurs history. I know the Express News did a top 25. I also did one a while back. Now I know why my computer was so slow, because it was freaking scanning McAfee. I have a Spurs moment list somewhere. Now, let me see if I can find it. I have it on my desktop, I think. No, might be in some document folder somewhere. I don't know where I put it. Scan pictures, no. Pornography, no, it's not in that folder. I'll have to see if I can find it. But I do have the best Spurs moments. I think I did on CBS, but I can't find it at the moment. There's a Word document somewhere. I can't find it. I'll have to look for it, though. I'm pretty sure I still have it somewhere. Anyway, and we'll get to some more of the moments. We'll talk about some of the classic moments and stuff like that as we evolve here in the next 2 months. Because to me, there'll be no NBA season. When the regular season's going to be over, that'll be canceled. I think we'll get some sort of playoff, either full one or partial one. It sounds more and more like the Olympics will be canceled. I know it was interesting. USA Swimming came out today and pledged to, cancel the Tokyo Olympics. What I find interesting is, where is the USOC? It shouldn't be USA Swimming making that declaration. It should be the United States Olympic Committee that makes that declaration, not the swimming folks. There's there's a lot more sports in it than swimming. I mean, it's not just the swimmers that are having problems practicing. It's everybody that's tied to the Olympics that's having problems practicing. So it should have been the USOC who made that statement. And, of course, it's not, because the Olympic committees are all a bunch of jackasses. And as long as they're getting bribed to do stuff, then they'll do it. But it should have been the USOC who stepped out today, and it, of course, was not. It was USA Swimming. These pretzels are making me thirsty. Yes, they certainly are, Leo. Leo says mono is the glue, stats aside, that kept it all together. I agree with that, but Tony was so much better statistically. I can't put him behind Manu Ginobili. I just can't. And listen, I love Manu Ginobili like the next guy. I just think overall Tony Parker was the better player. That's all there is to it. Clutch. Listen, Manu Ginobili was a clutch player, but he also, he made his share of mistakes too. And then, of course, he would, try to fix it on the very next possession. But still, listen, you can't. You're kind of leading me into criticizing Manu Ginobili, and it's taking nothing away from Manu Ginobili. I just think Tony Parker was a better player. That's all. All right, so that's what we're going to do in the next couple of weeks here. We'll get started on Monday as we we'll start putting the full list on who should be, what moments should be there for the top 64 moments in Spurs history and the top 64 players. We'll kind of do that. We'll kind of, do both of those things in the next couple of weeks here on the show. So stay tuned for all of that. One Cowboy move, they pick up Clinton Dix, which is an interesting move in that he was with Coach McCarthy with the Green Bay Packers. So, you saw a lot of this with Parcells when he took over for the Cowboys. Parcells brought all of his former players, or as many as he could that were still had gas in the tank, over to the Cowboys. So you saw that happen, and now you see that with Mike McCarthy bringing over some of his players. It just basically... it kind of helps him out with leadership on the field, so it's all good. Leo says it's the longest sports drought in history. I know things stopped during World War II after 9/11. Yeah, I don't remember when 9/11 they came back. Maybe it was a month later. Maybe. I think the first game was it the Yankee game? I forget what the first game was, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Longest sports drought. It's long already. It seems that way. But listen, we got lots to talk about. There's still a lot of NFL free agency going on, and we'll get more into the Spurs stuff with the best 64 players and the best 64 moments in Spurs history. So that'll take up all of the time here as we move through these down days of sports. Until then, until Monday, that'll be it. If you are interested, however, in getting a food truck to your business, get in touch with me, saradioboy@gmail.com, saradioboy@gmail.com. You can check out Wallys Deli on Facebook. It has the menu there for you. Check it out. See if that's something you'd be interested in. And that's it. That's all I got on a Friday afternoon. Time to do some drinking and some cigar smoking and have some fun. And we'll see you on Monday here on Wallys 15 at 5. It'll be time for episode, I don't know what episode we're up to. Episode 23 on Monday. Peace out, everybody. Have a great weekend. Talk to you then.